Well, this show is continuously getting worse after each episode. Hello everyone, this is ICBs here and today we are going to talk about the She-Hulk episode 4. So without further ado, let's get started. This episode starts with a magician performing. The audience does not seem to be impressed by his tricks. He then asks a volunteer from the audience and a drunk woman comes to the stage. Then he takes out a ring that Doctor Strange uses to open up portals and then he definitely opens a portal with that ring. After that, we cut to Kathmandu where Wong is getting ready to binge watch some show, and the very same drunk woman drops in front of him with a, I wanna say, human heart in her hand. So now Wong will have to investigate this. We cut to She-Hulk in her home. Her dad comes to beef up security of her house because she was attacked in the last episode. She says that she's a Hulk and that she can protect herself. This small scene has nothing to do with the rest of the episode, so never mind this. Then there is some blazing music going on which makes you wonder what's happening, and She-Hulk is setting up her Tinder profile. Sorry, matcher profile, but I'm going to call it Tinder. After that, Wong shows up because he wants to sue the magician wizard guy. Instead of dealing with the guy himself, considering he's a goddamn sorcerer supreme. Wow, this show is great, can't you tell? Can't you tell I'm loving this show? Then Jen is sitting in a bar with her assistant, and then she suggests that Jenifer should set up her new Tinder profile as She-Hulk. Really, we are talking about peak entertainment here, people. Peak entertainment. Jenifer on a Tinder. Wow. After that, Jenifer goes with Wong and gives a cease and desist letter to the magician guy, and Wong watches instead of doing something, because he's a goddamn sorcerer supreme. Then we cut to Jenifer being on a date with a dumb white boy, and then there was an intense scene as to who will pay the check. Of course, Jenifer pays it. I mean, we have already established the fact that 80% of the men in Marvel universe are idiotic misogynistic arseholes. So really, it's Jenifer's fault for going on a date against all odds. Then the scene cuts to the courtroom. Wong brings in the witness, the same drunk girl, and she testifies, which doesn't help Wong's case because she's dumb. Then the judge says that she'll need a few days to come to a decision, and until then the second-rate magician guy can keep practicing his magic shows. After that, Jenifer is at home and she's not getting any Tinder matches, so she decides to make one profile as She-Hulk, and suddenly her phone is ringing like her vibranium vibrator. She goes on a couple of dates and most of the guys suck ass until she meets one nice guy. That's where the scene ends. Then the magician dude is, guess what he's doing? Yeah, he's doing magic. That's what he does. That's in his name. He's a magician. Soon after that he messes up and now an army of tiny troll creatures are invading his show. I wonder if those tiny trolls are an allegory for the fans of this show. Thought I mentioned that because this show is so smart, so self-aware and so modern. You just have to look at it like you're reading poetry. Then the second-rate magician comes to Wong asking for his help. Then Wong opens another portal to Jenifer asking for help, who was, on her date. A lot of portals, I know. Then She-Hulk and Wong takes care of the tiny demon trolls, and She-Hulk convinces the magicians to agree to her cease and desist. Then she comes back to her date, who, I can't even with this scene, my man is sitting there on her couch reading a book called Bad Feminist. It's so weird how this show portrays liberal men as being so fucking appealing and then portrays every other white man as a fucking idiotic, moronic, misogynistic. When people say that movies don't have agendas, there you go, buddy. How this show portrays men is appeals to a certain ideology. And man, I don't have any problem with liberalism, but can you make a show that is not a caricature of how liberals see the world? Seriously? Anyways, after that, Jenifer takes the dude in her arms and they do it. Or it's implied that they do it. I mean, it's a Disney Plus show made for adults, but for kids instead. That makes perfect sense. I know. Then the next day, the same dude sees Jenifer in her normal form and he's, for some reason, I guess, disappointed. He leaves her, and I mean, I guess all men are bad in Marvel shows. Then Jenifer watches news and she sees that Titania is released and all charges are dropped. After that she gets a mail and well, Titania is suing her for using the name She-Hulk. That's where this show ends. And I don't know man, it's weird. I'm watching the fourth episode and I still don't know why Titania randomly showed up in the first episode. It felt like I would be given a reason as to why in the second episode, but this is literally the fourth episode and we still don't know why that happened. But I guess fifth episode will be about Titania, so maybe we'll find out then. I mean, I have never read the comics, so I'm not sure what I should have been expecting, but I do know that Marvel is all about superhero stuff, and in this episode She-Hulk is just randomly making a dating profile and we have to watch that. I feel like the quality of writing, which was never great to begin with, is really declining after each episode. And they have recycled Wong for another episode, and the court case this time was nothing interesting like the last time with the Abomination case. Jenifer just intimidates the guys into accepting the cease and desist, which is something Wong, the fucking Sorcerer Supreme, could have done from the beginning. It felt moronic that Wong would go to She-Hulk for help. I think the case about Abomination was kind of good. I guess that's why they used it first, but this case that Wong brings up in this episode was just an awful writing from the creators of this show. It felt like that She-Hulk's Tinder story was storyline A and Wong's case was storyline B, but in truth, both storylines felt like a B story in my opinion. Anyways, those are all my thoughts for now. Let me know what you guys think, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.